Greetings, goons, gangsters, and gamers. It's your boy, the Good Sir Knight, and today we are doing a review, comparative, sort of a side-by-side review of the First Spear Helmet Hut, a certified classic, as well as the Otte helmet bag with the Nods box. So, situation being, let's say you've gone ahead, you went out and you already secured yourself a nice piece of cranial protection to keep yourself safe. You watched my video on the sort of like helmet overview, mostly discussing my buddy's hard-headed veterans helmet. I know. And you looked at, I went through all sorts of detail, got all these pages together on how they do the difference between NIJ certified versus tested to NIJ standards. And yeah, so you got all that fun information now percolated deep inside the old brain housing group, and you're like, hey, I should get a helmet of a decent sort. Maybe you got one helmet, maybe you got two helmets. Maybe it doesn't matter. You got spent the money, got yourself a nice piece of protection, and now you want to keep it more or less protected. Either it's just in storage when you're traveling around with it. I mean, the helmet's great and all, but you don't just take your sappy plates and bang them on the concrete like a madman. Nah, you keep them in your plate carrier. You keep your plate carrier in a box. You keep that box safe. You avoid damaging it so that if you do need it in a grave, unfortunate event, then it's there. You've taken care of your gear, and now it's your gear's turn to take care of you. So helmet-wise, I did end up picking up two helmets. One a ballistic and one a carbon reinforced sort of protective helmet for, lower threat operations, but significantly lighter and better comfort. So originally, I had picked up the Helmet Hut bag. God, how many years ago was it? Time sort of lost all meaning after late 2019, didn't it? So it all sort of blurs together, but I did pick up a Helmet Hut, and it is a pretty fantastic bag. This one in particular, as you will see, is significantly wider, pretty beefy, and what I like about it is that it includes these two freaking D-rings, so you can connect a shoulder strap to it and carry your helmet under your arm or over your shoulder, wherever you really need to. Easy, fun little storage idea. This freaking bulging monstrosity is the Otte freaking helmet bag. This is the special TNVC version. This one comes in M81 Woodlands. There is, as of I think not too long ago, a version 2 out, and that version 2 actually has little bits of fabric up at the front, I believe, so you could, again, connect D-rings and strap to it. This one doesn't come with that. This one's got two loops in the back that you could probably loop through, but yeah, it's not necessarily made for as much carry. This one is technically lower profile, but I've got a bunch of stuff packed in there, so it's staying a bit higher. And this one is a bit wider, but yeah. But this one's got the Nod box in the back, so we're going to be taking a look at that. So let's start with the Shabam First Spear Helmet Hut. So they all come with a little freaking patch on the front. You can put an American flag patch there, you can put whatever you really want. Pops open, unzips all the way to the back, so you can flop that open, and this is just a piece of padded material. Nice long stand out, so you can access everything from the back. You've got your equipment up in the front. So in particular for this one, I like to keep my eye pro in there, and of course you got your actual helmet itself. Ear pro and all. Throw a little cat plushie Monyan on there. And yeah, so what you'll notice right off the bat is on the left side, looking from the inside, is you got 3 mesh bags. These mesh bags allow you to put anything from like batteries to filters to any small little bits of equipment you may or may not need. On the opposite side, you've got a big old pillowed out case. So it sort of like pushes off into the side. It doesn't really cause much problem with your ear pro or nothing, but you can unzip that. And I've just got a simple digital monocular in here I've been using for messing around at night. There is 2 bits, or 2 little, what would you call those, glides through here, and that usually comes with a little freaking Velcro helmet mount thing. I've actually got that thrown in a bag right now because I've never really strapped down my helmet with it. But as you can see, there's all Velcro underneath that, so you can Velcro any like morale patches or small things on there. But ultimately, the side padding is very beefy. The side padding's beefier and stiffer. It's got stiffeners in there to help hold the shape. And yeah, you can fit your helmet and everything in there quite nicely. So we just throw the... Oh yeah, look at that. They got your helmet hut bits over here on the inside of the pouch bag. The little baggie. Put your stuff in there. Put Mr. Monyon back there. Take your helmet, set up the way you like it. We actually gotta move the Ear Pro inwards, because I want to at least try to take care of the gel pads. You can go sit in there. Yeah, all you gotta do is set that up the way you like it. Throw that on down. Throw our iPro back in there. And you can strap the helmet down if you really don't want it to go nowhere. It doesn't matter as much. The bottom also padded with a stiffener, so it holds a very square shape. And yeah, it's neat. It's pretty. It's pretty nice. You can fit pretty much everything you need in there and slap most of your stuff off on the sides. So that is more or less the friggin' First Spear helmet hut. Now I do have the strap. It's in the box put away because I don't use it. And I do recall, I want to say I recall it coming with a little strap to mount on here, but really anything with clips and a shoulder strap you can mount onto this. So I believe it comes with one, but you can also, you know, get your own. So moving on, we've got the Otte Gear helmet bag. And this one is a bit more amorphous, still semi-Euclidean at the bottom here. So this one doesn't have any of the stiffeners in it. It's padded, but there's no like crazy stiffeners or nothing in here. This one also, yeah, this one's only got one big like beefy padded handle on the front, whereas this one has two for more of a grab and go, keep it shut. Maybe it's partially open. You run around with this. This one is a bit longer, but it is skinnier. And this one's bulging out at the sides because I have way too much stuff packed in there. Because I try to pack what I might need, not necessarily what I know I need. So reinforced bar tacked on the handle. This one's got it too. So yeah, and the top handle's just got a bit more basic. Again, same front patch there. I like the M81 personally, so here we are. I think I got more stuff in this one, to be honest, but unzips in a similar fashion. This one, however, due to the nod box, does not unzip all the way to the bottom. But it does have this nice sort of like highly reflective green. I think most of them come with yellow, but that, oh yeah, you can feel the foam in there, yeah. Actually, the foam is folded? That can't be right now. No, the foam. So the foam's a bit smaller than the bag itself. I think it's partial. Oh no, it's folded. Yep, the foam is folded. That's not great. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. So, fun thing I didn't know: the foam on this can be folded if you do it wrong enough. So, this one unzips to here. As you can see, you got your nod box back here. I've got my mandible and a set of Gucci stuff in here. I actually got the strap down over here. This pops out. It's no real big deal. And here we have our other helmet. We're gonna move this guy over here from the side. And oh no, that's actually supposed to be in there. These pouches are a bit, yeah. So here you have a very green one. You got 3 pouches on the side still, but however, these ones don't have a zipper closure or nothing. These ones are simply elastic. And they're on the right side instead of the left, so, you know, if that matters. On the left side, you've got a bunch of Velcro, again, so you can attach any small things you want over there on the side. And if we, oh, you actually got some, yeah, I forget there's Molly on the bottom down here. So like a 5x4 row, if you wanted to mount anything in there. I'm sure there's a reason to have it. But yeah, notoriously you got the nod box. And the nod box can be removed. It has a little, there's a bit of padding to help separate it from the helmet. And the nod box can be removed if you so choose. Now my nod box, I've just got a lot of the more digital stuff I use. So you got nods in the middle, you got the mount and some straps on the side. And I've got 2 freaking whatchamacallit, Mohawk cameras on the left there. It's all mounted protected in here, and as you can see, if I were to, for whatever reason, pull that down a bit, you can see there is M81. The whole box is M81. It can be pulled out. There's Velcro on the top and Velcro on the bottom of the freaking lid, so you can mount stuff on top. You can mount stuff on the inside, small things you might need, pouches and stuff. The entirety of the inside is Velcro, and it comes with 2 green dividers. And these dividers can be taken out, they can be moved, set up the way you want them to make additional pockets, or remove the pockets so you can hold more stuff, whatever you may decide you need. Sides, I just got the mounts for my amps and stuff, mic, and nothing in that first one, so pretty straightforward. Now actually since we're doing the review, I'm gonna have to put this all back together anyway. I'm actually gonna take this apart, so you can pull this guy out here and free that up entirely. And then you see we got a nod pouch here. So the nod box looks like this. It's got a single strip of Velcro on the bottom that connects to a piece of Velcro down here. This can be removed entirely if you so wish. And generally it'll just sit like so. And yeah, cool M81 nods box if you want to take it out, mess around with it, put anything else unorganized in there. And to set it back, you just boom, easy peasy. So the helmet bag has a bit more going on for it, but it is slender. The lid can be folded, and yeah, it gets a little amorphous when you stuff more and more stuff in there. Like I know this fits flawlessly in the helmet hut. I've had everything stuffed in there without any issues. But the more I try to force everything into here, the funkier it seems to get. Well, I could also just move stuff to the inside of the helmet itself where I got some extra space, if I so chose. So, that is more or less that. Let's set this back up. We're just gonna pull that there. I don't usually use the strap. I just wanted to show it off a bit. And we got lights and everything on here, so we got a lot more on this helmet than the other one to work with, so yeah. So we're gonna set this back in here. Actually, I think if we put we could put the iPro in the helmet. That's smart. Now we're thinking. And yeah, it just leaves the mandible. Doesn't really fit anywhere, does it? Might be able to scrunch it in the back somewhere. There's a way to do this, I'm sure. Yeah, we push the helmet forward. That's still gonna misshape and make the bag all unshapely. I think about there's our best bet. So we're not gonna close that. Set this down here. A little zipper work. Oh boy. And yeah, in situations like this, it doesn't close all the way, but you can still get a grip on those handles and move it if need be. So I think it would benefit from being a little bit bigger, but we can make it work somehow. Just set it up on top. How's that? No, still bad. Yeah. So if you don't mind it being misshapen, then that is doable. So I like this one being a bit more slender, although it is I think I'll just leave actually, you know what? This doesn't necessarily need to be in there. That could be with the plate carrier and the plate carrier bag. Because I've got the important stuff in here as is. If we do that, you can see the, what is that? That's my light, I think. That's my Hellstar. Let's see. I want to see what makes all these funky shapes. So if we pop that open, yep, that is the Hellstar. So the Hellstar sits a bit up. I don't think there's an easy way to flatten that down. Doesn't like the Hellstar. Seems to not like the Hellstar because I've got the nods and the freaking iPro. You can, the thing I like about this design, this one actually like flips out to the side into a V shape, and then you can strap it down through that little thing if you chose, which allows you to go around your Hellstar, which is a nice feature. The helmet hut just has the single freaking Mohawk band, and yeah, if you have Hellstar, it doesn't work out so well unless you put it off on the side and stuff. But yeah, so that light seems to be what's throwing off all of our fanciness. But with the mandible out of the way, Ha ha. Are the lambs still screaming? The mandible out of the way, as you can see, the Hot Gear freaking helmet hut gets a bit more viable. So, again, we can side by side compare these. I'm actually gonna check this out. I stack this one on top of this one. You can see it is actually, like, align it left. You can see it's just a hair thinner than the helmet hut. Side by side, it's, I think just because this one's taller. Yeah, if you put it more like that, you can see the difference a bit better. Let me kind of try to line it up a bit. This one is a hair longer. Not a lot. Maybe like a hand's worth. Official American measurement, 1 hand's worth. Yeah, so this one's a bit longer, and this one is wider. So it's kind of like the old pack dilemma. Do you want to use the wider, beefier freaking Alice packs? Or do you want to do, well, actually, I guess the new packs have gone back to being like fat and wide. I had the Ilby before the new Philbies came out, but the Ilby, yeah, that freaking tall vertical pack that apparently caused more back strain than it was supposed to anyway, so they went back to the fatter wide packs. Yep, that's a thing. So we got Otte Gear, and First Spear Helmet Hut. Which one do I prefer? Now that's a tricky question because they're both pretty fantastic. I know a lot more about First Spear. First Spear's been a company I've known for many, many years. Otte Gear I didn't really hear about until I saw they had a bag in M81 and I was like, oh hey. So it's a tough one. I do have my freaking carbon fiber helmet in this one because it's lightweight. It's easier to take around places. I've got all the room to put all my nods and stuff in there. I don't have any lights on that helmet though, so I've mostly just been using it to dick around with night vision. This one is a lot more stuff going on to it. So this is the one I'll actually like plug into radios and do stuff with more during the daytime. There are nods in both of them. One being like a Generation 1, this one being the fancy digital that still has like lighting, computer issues, but c'est la vie until we can get our PVS 14s. Well, PVS 31s would be sick, but yeah, it's a hot minute in the making. So if you got the helmets, odds are you're gonna want to get night vision. They just seem to go hand in hand. You don't want to run night vision without a helmet. Carbon fibers are easy to run. Ballistic's cooler, and you can run nods on ballistic if you're doing really, really nasty stuff, but the weight savings do matter. So once you got the nods can be more expensive than the helmet itself in many cases, but don't cheap out on your helmet. You get one noggin, you get banged up too bad, and yeah, it's not great. Helmets go a long way. So I know I did do that whole video when I was trying to, because I wanted to find the truth behind the whole hardhead and fetish thing, because they were like, hey, we're making these Airman helmets, and they were significantly cheaper, and everyone's like, well, it's cheaper than OpScore. We should go with that. I'll paraphrase kind of the video for you. There's a lot that goes into NIJ certifications, and there isn't officially a NIJ certification for helmets. It's kind of like a modified ballistic sappy plate one that also goes into like crush test and stuff like that. Basically, long story short, you do get a lot of weight savings and stuff with the OpScore ones, but I think you have up to, you want to aim for like 8 millimeters of back face deformation. The OpScore one gets up to like 12, but anything under 18 is still pretty safe. The Aramid ones, like, it's older technology. They stop the bullet a bit better. However, they do weigh about twice as much. They weigh significantly more. That puts extra strain on your neck. That ruins situational awareness. And that matters because what's better than surviving getting shot is not getting shot to begin with, So if you have a better situational awareness, if your neck's not hurting as much, and it does come up, if your neck's really aching from wearing a heavy helmet, and you think there's something off on the left, and you're like, should I look? But my neck hurts. Then that could be bad. Whereas if your neck's feeling great and if you got the lower protection, you see it, you can engage it faster than letting it get the first shot off. And in firefights, seconds, milliseconds matter. So that's why it's important. The lighter weight is worth the slight reduction in protection. Because ultimately, if you're more aware, you don't need to be, if you take boxing for a good example, you don't need to be blocking every punch that's coming in if you're weaving out of the way, if you still got that stamina and energy to do so, if you're not taking too many body blows, you know. So pretty much either one of these will be fantastic. If you got nods, I feel like the nods are easier to store in the, well, dedicated nod box, and you can pop that out, move it around. If you need something specific out of it, you can take it elsewhere, work on stuff, put it back in the box later. With the helmet hut, it's got all sorts of compartments and things I really like, especially easier to carry spare batteries, whereas the spare batteries in this one are generally going to go in those side pockets where they could potentially fall out if you just violently shake the hell out of the bag. Whereas this one's got zippers, so no matter how badly you shake this one, they ain't going nowhere. But again, if they're zipped up, you're not going to lose them anyway, so. And I've had these kind of tumble around and stuff. I've never had things fall out of the pockets, so. Ultimately, in conclusion, you would be more or less happy with either one of these. I can recommend them equally. The helmet hut has the structural sort of setup, and it's beefy, and I like it. This one has its own little nod box to keep your additional investments protected, and you can get the ops cores and everything in there. However, the Hellstar does seem to make quite a bit of a difference because it's given a nice little bulge up here on the top. Whereas this one, I could still mount like the Hellstars and everything in here, and it might just, well, I guess it would pop up a bit, but it's very padded and soft. This one, I think, is slightly less padded, like by, we're talking millimeters difference. So that's what I got for you guys today. If you have a helmet, protect it, because if your helmet's going to protect you, you should protect your helmet, because you don't need your helmet taking damage times it doesn't need to take damage. Then it's 2 damage, doesn't take care of you, you know? Sort of a mutual protection act sort of ordeal. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you have any questions about these helmet bags or stuff, or how they like hold night vision stuff, I can do my best to answer those in the comments. I hope this video was helpful to you. I think these are both pretty fantastic bags. Good job to both companies. And yeah, that's all I really got. I'm pretty happy with both of them. I've actually only had to put a sling on this guy once to carry it around, just to make it a bit easier, because I didn't have a free hand at the time. And yeah, this guy mostly stays in the Pelican case, so he's safe either way. And just keep everything sort of like together. Don't want to be digging through my box looking for stuff everywhere. So thank you for watching the video. I appreciate all of your support, and yeah, cheers, stay chivalrous. I've been doing a bit of streaming. If you want to find me on Twitch, I've also got the secondary channel. I've been uploading VODs and any gameplay videos too. But I do need to keep the training going. I've got this guy over here. I'm actually working on him for a special video. It is taking some time, but there'll be a video up on the channel discussing this guy over here. You can't see it too much, so semi-spoiler. Something to look forward to. I'm excited for it though. I'm going to get a couple of my buddies together. We're going to run around with a couple models of these, and we're going to, well, I got to get one buddy. I keep hitting him up. He's always busy. He's supposed to help me take one of these apart, and we're going to look at all sorts of fun stuff. I need a couple more buddies, and we're going to go blast holes in paper targets and make it all cool and dynamic and stuff. And then I need a few of my other buddies. We're all going to get together, and we're going to do a force-on-force exercise to sort of like see how well this thing holds up. We want to test it in all the categories, hit all the waters, you know. So thank you all for watching. Special thanks to the patrons of this channel, which would be Dark Magic 96, and of course my buddy the Weepy Lamb, who does a lot of gear teching reviews and stuff. So appreciation to both of them. Thank you all for your support. Taishi, not now. I'm filming. I'm at the end of the video. Hold on. Yeah, so thank you all for stopping by. Cheers. Stay chivalrous. Taishi, ochitsuke. Oh, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye. You watch too much tablet. Kids in their skibbity toilets.